Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Well, let me just. So, this episode was. I'm not gonna lie, there was certain parts of this episode where I was just like, what the hell am I watching? You know what? Let's just get into the. I don't even know at this point what I'm watching. Let's talk about Eve and Ben. I feel like Eve is like auditioning to be the next Bond villain at this point. I was just like, and I know, to be fair, when I look at the situation with Ben and Eve, we're all, they try to give us this presentation that we should feel bad for Ben, that, he is the victim, and he's the hero of the story, and Eve is like, the bad villain or whatever. But, Ben did kill her daughter, killed her. Now, I don't know the circumstances about this whole thing. I don't know, is it like a Franco thing when you had like a tumor or something? Was it a disorder? I don't know the circumstances. And you know what, to be honest, even if it was some sort of tumor or whatever, it doesn't change the fact that he killed her. So, I'm kind of just like, I should feel bad, but at the same time, I really, you had this coming. Let's just put it this way. You had this coming. You've been living your life for a good minute, just living your best life, getting married, while she is, how many times had to sit there and visit her daughter's grave? So, yeah. With that being said, this went on for an hour, and I'm like, alright, this whole building up to this torture thing. And I'm going to save everyone a lot of time. Because, pretty much the way that she plans on torturing him is that she's going to show pictures and images. And they have him hooked up to this machine or whatever. So, every time that Ben sees Sierra happy, the doctor or whatever sends him an electric shock. Whenever he sees her dead or, strangled, he gets a dose of pleasure. That's pretty much in a nutshell how this whole brainwashing thing is working. Plus some drug or whatever, but essentially that's what it was. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a part where he brung out what looked like not car batteries, but like jumper cables or whatever. He brung out jumper cable, and I was like, oh hell no. Oh yeah, okay, y'all crazy. Alright, wow. It was the one part where, again, he brung them out and I saw like the sparks or whatever, and me and Ben just looked at them like, oh hell no, y'all crazy at this point. I am loving this, but y'all crazy at this point. And that's pretty much what it was. A whole hour of them getting right up to the point of them starting to brainwash him. Now at this point, towards the end, we don't know if it worked. They pick him up and they have a I need a drink, hold on. They have a fucking mannequin. I try not to curse, but they had a mannequin. And, they brung out the mannequin, and it had, like, instead of, like, a face, it had, like, a box. Well, a TV, a little short TV. And it shows Sierra, and I was just like, what the hell are we doing? And I get the purpose behind it. It's to test to see if this brainwashing is working, but like, it was just funny, and that's really where it leaves off at. Let's talk about kind of a waste of time. You got you got Sean, Hope, Sierra, and Claire. They went to New York to sit there and look for Ben. They're at a cafe, and then Hope and Sean leaves to do detective work. And then you have Claire and Sierra there. And like At the end of it, nothing happens. They don't get anywhere. They get a smudget close because they went to Eve's apartment and they found stuff that was dirty, and then they're gonna send a forensic team to see what happens. So you really didn't accomplish that much of anything. That's great. That's a whole hour just of my time. Anyway, I mean, there was some scenes where Claire was, supporting Sierra, and I guess that was great, but I was just like, okay, this is, like, again, this isn't going anywhere. I get there's a point behind it, but, like, I felt like it was kind of just a waste of time a little bit. Besides her being supportive, whatever. And that's really where it leaves off at. I mean, there's some new woman, I can't remember her name, that she may have some sort of answers to finding Ben. So yeah, let's talk about Sammy and Bella. Sammy is a fucking mess at this point. I'm going to pause it for a second. Sammy is a mess. Sammy's a mess at this point. She's not there. She pretty much tells Bella everything that she did, and Bella is trying to talk to her to be like, this is why you can't do this is why you can't do that. You're interfering with a bunch of people's lives. You don't see your own mistakes. You don't seem like you're growing. You got everyone wrapped up in this whole thing because of something that you wanted. Everyone's lives is destroyed because of what you wanted. She literally is the only person that's talking sense to Sammy. You know what Sammy does? Sammy says, F it. Sammy walks out and she's just like, oh, I gotta make Allie understand. This is after Bella was like, you need to give her distance, you need to give her space, because if you keep pushing, you're gonna push her away. Yeah, okay, cool, I'm just gonna do the exact opposite of what you said. Great f***ing job, Sammy. That's just, wow. Just personal growth right there. That's just fucking great. Excuse me. So anyway, that happens, and this is going to lead me to my other part. Will and Sonny, they are celebrating, and they have no idea that shit is about to go sideways fast. They go to the hospital, and then they see Nicole and Eric, and they talk about how, meet our son and everything like that. Long story short, well, Nicole pretty much kind of tells them everything. That Sammy was the one that orchestrated, bullied, raped, and this and that. They're saying no, so that way y'all can get the baby. And it turns out that she just never signed the adoption papers. They literally said that. And so their whole world is upside down. This is exactly what Lucas was saying. And it's so messed up because at first I was like, wow, you are coming across as like the worst helicopter parent ever. And then Sammy gets there and it's like, wow, Lucas, you are so rational compared to her, like next to her. Wow. But yeah, he was right. He literally said, listen, I don't know if you should sit there and go through this with this whole adoption thing because things can turn sideways. I don't want you getting hurt. I don't want her getting hurt. And Will was just like, nah, we're going to be fine. Don't worry about a thing. We got this covered. And now they're at the hospital standing there looking disappointed as hell. And so after Nicole and Eric leave, because honestly to tell you the truth, she just felt bad. And she felt bad in the beginning when, let's just sit there and say Eric went to sit there and go round 2 a mattress tag. She was just like, I felt like I shouldn't have done, told her the truth and stuff like that, told Allie the truth. And I know somebody in the comment section really agreed with that, like she should have just kind of mind her own business, and she did that to hurt Sammy. And I kind of feel a little bit different. I mean, I don't know their paths, but I can see now she didn't sit there. I feel like she didn't try to do that to hurt Sammy. She didn't sit there and try to turn Nicole's daughter, Sammy's daughter, against her. She did it because she felt it was the right thing to do. And she felt like, hell, if she would have kept her mouth shut and not said anything, and Allie would have found out, Allie would have been upset with her, and she would have had every right, because you're being close to her, you're being her friend, but yet you're sitting there keeping secrets. So, yeah. I understand why Nicole did what she did. Anyway, she walks away, and Sonny is pissed. He's so upset with Sammy. Then he says something that was just silly. He's like, everyone else is scared of her, but I'm not scared of her. I'm a Kariakis. Okay, I guess that's supposed to mean something. Um, I was just like, wow, bro, that you about to man up, really. You about to just show her you a Kariakis. That must mean something. Oh, and by the way, just on a side note, so Justin called on the phone and told I think Sonny about everything, about the baby being born and everything. And I was like, oh, we're getting a phone call now. Yeah, so you all know what that means. The person who plays Justin also plays Ned on General Hospital. And when I was doing my review, I came so close to sitting there saying, I was about to call him Justin so many times because I got so used to it, and I'm just like, yep, okay, so I guess we're gonna have to find a new Justin. I'm assuming he's been on GH probably longer than Days, and I don't think that he's going to be on Days anymore. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Anyway, what the hell was I? Oh yeah, he was getting ready to sit there and put on his his big boy boots on and be like, I'm a Kariakis, and I'm gonna sit there and show her a thing or two. And then Sammy came to the hospital like, oh, so what's going on? Will is sweating bullets because he knows, even when Sonny was like, listen, I am so glad that you're not like your mother, and he's like, no, I'm totally not like her at all. When he saw that confrontation, he was like, oh shit, because he knows that he played a part in it, and yeah, when it blows up, I guess this is the whole thing. When Sammy comes, Hurricane Sammy comes through, there's going to be destruction in her wake. And the minute that she came through, she just effed up a lot of people's lives, Will, Sonny, Allie, Rafe, just to name a few. Oh, and Nicole and Eric. You messed up their wedding, so good job. How long has she been here and she already been just effing up stuff? Oh yeah, by the way, and this is pretty much, I guess, the end of the review. By the way, sorry that this is coming out super late. I came off of work really late, and then I had 2 other reviews to do, and I got off work at 6, and yeah, it just been snowballing from then. Also, I don't think I'm probably gonna do a review tomorrow because I have a big test. I know I've been saying this in my other reviews, but I have to kind of separate it because some people watch one show, some people watch the other. So anyway, I have a big test tomorrow, and so I'm probably not going to do a review, and then Wednesday I may have my physical. So it may not be a review then, but going forward, Thursday, Friday, and then throughout the weeks, should be back to normal unless one of those days, either Monday or Tuesday, I get off work at like 6 or 5. Then it may be a little bit more later. But anyway, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate people's patience. I know my review's been coming out kind of late, and I apologize for that. Like I said, I got to work later today, and then just everything is back on, so I'm kind of like, trying to catch up to everyone, trying to do a lot of different reviews. So, it's been fun. So, it's just, sorry for being so late and tardy with my review. Anyway, have a good night at this point, but probably day for people who are watching this. Have a good day, be safe, and I will catch you in the next review. Leave your comments below, let me know what you think. I'm not gonna lie, again, there was one other part, and I gotta sit there and say this before I go. There was one other part, and I need a drink. There was one other part where, Eve, technically aka the next Bond villain, grabs Ben's knees. Now, granted, his knee or his legs or thighs or whatever had been worked over by the other guy because Ben just couldn't keep his mouth shut. And so now she's grabbing his legs, or yeah, she's grabbing his legs, and he's just doing like this whole I'm in pain. And I know I should be like shocked, but I just laughed my ass off. I was like, man, this is hilarious. I don't know, you're not trying to be funny, but like every time she grab you, you're like, oh! And I know I shouldn't be laughing because if somebody hit me like that and then just kept doing it, and somebody grabbed my legs, I'm probably be in pain too. But I don't know. Something about that scene was just hilarious to me. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Have a good day or good night, depending on when you're watching this. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will catch you in the next review. Also, wish me luck on the test.